All right, so we just hit 10,000 subscribers last week, and like I promised that I will make a entire mod list overview. So if you want to see the complete mod list, keep on watching. Overview in front of me. I actually got this printed out at FedEx a few months ago, and it comes super handy, especially at car shows when people are curious what parts you have on the car. FedEx does print them. I think this was like $7-8 bucks. So I have these car parts categorized. So I have the engine, cooling, engine dress up, interior, exterior, bracing, suspension, wheels, and drivetrain. So the car has been full of bolt-ons for the past 2 years. I actually got my car tuned by Snow Performance 2 times. So the first time I got tuned, I was still on the stock turbo, stock intercooler, pretty much a turbo back exhaust in 85. I was pushing 330 wheel and 380 wheel torque, something like that. For me, it wasn't enough. I wanted a little extra, and that's when I went back to Snow Performance. I ended up getting pro tuned again, but this time I ended up going with the bigger turbo, intercooler, injectors, TGV deletes, and all those goodies. So the car is pushing 384 wheel and 401 wheel torque, and that's on the 85, full bolt-ons, stock internals, pro tuned at Snow Performance, and that was on a Mustang dyno. By the way, guys, most parts that I have in this car, I'll leave them in the description below. So if you do want to check out some parts, I have the links below, okay? The next part I have for performance is how the car was pro tuned and managed through the ECU, was through the Cobb access port. So the entire fuel system has been upgraded. It's no longer a side feed, it's a top feed conversion. So to start, I have the Cobb Flex fuel with the sensors and pins, TGV deletes by IAG, 1300cc injectors, AEM 320 fuel pump, the Cobb Flex fuel, and this is one part that I 100% recommend for those who are thinking about going E85. Essentially what this does is I can fill 91 and 85 whenever I want, and the ECU will automatically adjust to the E85 and how much E85 content is in there. So it's super handy, and I don't got to switch maps whenever I fill 91 and 85. But to be honest, I've been on E85 for like the past 2-3 years, and I haven't been on 91 ever since. Now the next part is also another big thing about this car and why it's pushing almost 400 wheel horsepower is because of the turbo. The car is running a Cobb 20G TD05 turbo. I've been running this setup for about 2 years. Let me tell you something, this turbo is perfect for the street. It spools super fast, it's almost like OEM, and it holds boost all the way to redline. Moving on to the next part, I'm running a Gates timing belt. All right, so next we're moving on to the Grimspeed electronic boost controller. Super easy to install. So another Grimspeed part that I'm rocking is the Grimspeed top mount intercooler. It's ceramic coated in black. This piece right here is so much bigger than the OEM top mount intercooler, and it's 100% the way to go. In my opinion, if you're gonna be driving your car on the street, spools up very fast, throttle response is great, and there's not that much lag. Obviously you got to get the Y pipe under there. Grimspeed also sells it, so if you get the entire combo, I think it's like 900-800 bucks, something like that. But Grimspeed top mount intercooler, 100% recommend. I am running an air oil separator. This one is by IAG. This is the street version. This was a little bit tricky to install, but once you kind of figure out where the lines go, it's not too bad. So yeah, moving on to the next item. One of my most favorite part about this car is honestly those equal length headers by Killer B, ceramic coated and Suede Tech coating. So let me see if I can show you guys. So yeah, there's the headers. You see them right there, ceramic coated in white. Makes a Subaru Rumble sound very unique, and I love the way it opens up in the higher RPMs. Also with the Killer B headers, I'm running a Killer B up pipe. So obviously you can't see it through there, but it is a Killer B up pipe. I'm running a Perrin lightweight crank pulley. Next I'm running the SPT intake. I think this was OEM. I'm not sure though, but it is carb legal, so which is really good in case I get pulled over. But let's be honest, guys, if I get pulled over, I'm for sure getting reffed. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is SPT intake. This Tomei exhaust has caused a lot of controversy recently, especially with the new California exhaust law, but it is one of my most favorite sounding Subaru exhausts out there. And guess what? It's full titanium. I think it weighs like 12-15 pounds. So that's pretty much it for performance. Now let's move on to the cooling system. I have the Billion Racing Power Steering Reservoir Tank, which acts like an AOS for the power steering system. I have the JDM Subaru 1.3 bar radiator cap. I have the Moroso coolant expansion tank, powder coated in Racing Raspberry, along with the coolant overflow tank. That's it for the cooling system. Now let's move to the engine dress up. I have the APR carbon radiator cooling plate, and also have the JDM Cusco sticker for the brace right there. Probably my most favorite piece in the engine bay is this ARC alternator cover. This thing is so nice, especially because it's all titanium, and then you have those welds right there, titanium hardware. Next, I don't know if you've already noticed, but I do have these gold titanium dresser bolts. They're all over the engine bay. See, even on the intake manifold. Now moving on to the next thing is I have this Eiffel Prova carbon intake snorkel with the Prova emblem. Essentially, it just brings cold air in when I'm driving, and then it goes onto the intake. Now, to make it 100% functional, I do need to build a custom box around this intake so it can kind of hold the cool air in place. But that's for another video. We'll do that another day. I also have the IG caps for the clutch and the brake. It's really nice, black, subtle. It matches with my intercooler. So yeah. Next thing, I have the Mishimoto tie down, powder coated in the same racing raspberry color. That's the theme of my car. Also with the radiator stays, they are by Mishimoto, again powder coated in that racing raspberry color. Is this JDM STI oil cap and the Password JDM battery cover. Alright, so this is the fun part, is the exterior. I know a lot of you guys have been asking a lot of questions regarding the exterior of the car. So let's start off with the front. So for the front, I do have the blacked out headlight housings. These are the OEM headlights. I just removed the amber reflector lights and I blacked out the housings. Now for the next thing, one of the most popular questions I get is which body kit I have in the car. So this is the Kart Speed bottom line body kit. It's all in carbon fiber with the front lip, side skirts, and rear spat. All in carbon, which looks very classy, super subtle, and adds a lot of great detail. The next piece, I am rocking the hella horns. They are powder coated in the same racing raspberry as the engine bay. I have them mounted on the side. I used to have them mounted one right here and one right here, but I ended up changing the style of it. So I ended up mounting it on the OEM holes on the side, which came out really damn good, if I'm gonna be honest. Since we're already in the front, this is the Zero Sports carbon fiber grille garnish along with the Zero Sports emblem. Very lucky to have one, and very thankful to have one too. I also have another Zero Sports product. These are the Zero Sports license plate bolts, also discontinued, which matches the grille and the Zero Sports emblem. The next piece is this Euro style front plate, but they do sell them on Amazon, and I provided the links below. This is the HKS Kansai carbon fiber rear diffuser. Looks very aggressive and almost like OEM. So you did have to cut the bumper. So that's it for the exterior. Now let's move on to the wheels, suspension, and bracing. I'm running the BCBR racing coilovers. I have a 2-finger clearance in the front and the rear. And no, don't make any jokes with that. But yeah, 2 fingers in the front and 2 fingers in the rear. Camber plates all around, along with the OEM camber bolts in the front and the rear. I don't know if you guys know, but the 04 STI models came with the 5x100 bolt pattern. I did not like that at all, so I ended up getting the LIC 5x100 to 5x114.3. This is the wheel hub bolt pattern conversion. These are the Volk Racing ZE40s in gold. I did not powder coat this myself. This is how it came from the race factory. Well, I love the black and gold theme. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of gold wheels on a Subaru. My old wheels were the NK NT03s. They look almost the same. These are more concave and they don't have the wing around the spokes. So I also have the NT03s in the description below if any of you guys are curious on checking it out. Next is the Volk Racing lug nuts, again to match that cherry blossom theme that I have going on with the car. These STI JDM valve stem caps also match my lug nuts. And for those who don't know, Subaru STIs do come with Brembo brakes in the front and the rear. Also running the Beat Rush front and the rear strut tower bars. Adds more rigidity to the body and stiffness. I do have the front and the rear sway bars by White Line. They're 24 millimeters along with the end links. The Cusco front power brace bar in that famous blue color by Cusco. So for the drivetrain, I have Beat Rush everything. Beat Rush engine mounts, Beat Rush tranny mounts, and the Beat Rush forged pitch stop mount. Damn, that was a struggle to say. Is the Carboy short throw shifter with the bushings. Makes driving so much more pleasant. Very crisp, short, and precise gearing. So for the interior, my theme is in Bride. So these are the Bride Z3 bucket seats in the hyper black colorway. And they are also equipped in the Bride pads. So these are the Bride bucket seat rails. Rear seats professionally stitched in Bride material. And for the door cards, I did them myself. Also have the Bride e-brake boot and the shift boot done by MD Interior in Florida. The part that a lot of you guys ask questions about, this carbon fiber cluster surround. It's made by 1000 Racing in Japan. I have the red JDM hazard button. I have the top secret dog tag chain. I have the Charge Speed carbon fiber mirror cover. This combo is honestly one of my favorite combos out there. Not a lot of people will notice these parts, but trust me, they add a lot of detail, especially when the sun hits it. Lastly, I forgot to mention these Lawn Sport pillar covers. So I have this cover right here. This one runs right there. Very slick and clean. Baby feeder right there. That VP Racing jug to carry 85, very convenient to have. If you guys do enjoy this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow. Peace out, guys. Take care.
Oh my god, that was amazing.